Welcome back to another video. Now today is going to be a special one. I recently got the chance to sit down with Samuel Pratt. Now if you haven't heard of Samuel Pratt, then you should get out from under the rock you've been living under. He is a fantastic magician, he's an excellent cardist, and he's one of the nicest guys you ever meet. But I got the chance to sit down with him and have a conversation, and we talked about all things magic and cardistry and sleight of hand. It was really, really interesting, and the full interview with him will be posted in a few days' time. But during that interview, I got the chance to sit with him and break down one of his most iconic videos, which is Gosh. Now, this was a video produced in collaboration with Noel Heath and Jack Paton, and it makes up a whole lot of original and semi-original moves that are kind of a mix between cardistry and magic. And it's just a fantastic video, one of my favorite videos out there with this style in mind. And it's actually the first place that I saw Sam's work. So I got the chance to sit down, break it down with him. He kind of gave me some behind the scenes on the moves in that video and also on the actual shoot itself. So I really hope you enjoy this one. And without further ado, this is Gosh, produced by Jack Paton, Noel Heath and Samuel Pratt.
I've got Gosh here, which I'm going to try to screen share, and I don't know if this is going to work very well. I wondered if you can just kind of talk a bit about the behind the scenes of that video, because that was the first time I saw your work. I mean, it's an amazing video. So I'm going to just share that really quick.
So this opening shot, Noel, Jack, and I were just like walking around, and we saw this massive staircase as we were walking. And I can't remember who suggested it, but someone was like, you know, for the opening shot, what if we just like sprinted up this? And it's a long staircase, and we both kind of like talked each other into it. And so you can see here at the end, we're both like exhausted because we'd been walking around and filming all day, and we just booked it up these stairs. Yeah. So whoever's idea that was.
By the way? Where did you guys film it?
We shot all of this in Gothenburg, which is where Noel is, and we stayed at his house for a few days. And I think it was three pretty much full days of going around the city shooting when we found like an interesting spot. And a lot of this like inside stuff was at Noel's house.
So this is Jack, right?
Yeah, this is Jack. All the stuff with the green cards is Jack, and the red ones are mine.
Oh, I did not realize that. Okay, this move is crazy. I'd be keen to hear your thoughts around how you kind of came up with this move.
Yeah, this move's called Mohawk, which Jack named while we were filming. Great name. And this was one of the first moves where, while I was coming up with it, I was kind of already had this idea of like trying to make stuff super practical. So all the cardistry in this video actually that I did was like super, super easy for me, at least when we filmed it. And I got these takes like probably quickest out of any move I've ever filmed.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it was just kind of coming up with that spread idea and then being like, what is the most straightforward and coolest looking way that I can show this idea and then do something with it and then close it. And this is just, yeah, what I found.
Oh, this one's wild. Yeah, I love that one
as well. Yeah, that one's so cool.
Yeah, literally there's no misses in this entire thing. Every single thing is.
So this
also, can you talk about?
Yeah.
Sorry,
the little side shot on the right. So while we were filming some stuff, we were hanging out, and a bunch of guys came over to us and like wanted to see some magic. So I think Jack showed them some stuff. And then I did some trick for them. I don't remember what I did. I think it was like some either like force, and then I turned a card into something super simple with a double lift. I think I actually flashed my double lift, and one of them like were like, "Oh, he's doing something." It's like, "Oh." So, Noel and Jack were like, "You're not a real magician. You can't even do a double lift." And I was like, "No." And then I think while we were messing around, I just like showed them one of the color changes that we were also like filming, and they like flipped out. And I was not expecting that because like I was just like, oh, look at this, boom, color change with no like prep or anything. And that got a better reaction than like the full trick that I did for them, which is what you're seeing here. But
I love these black and white shots throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is such an interesting move. I also noticed, I'll just pause it here real quick. There's quite a lot of Ace stuff in this video. Is that because Ace Productions and Cardistry kind of overlap quite a lot? Or was it specifically a focus of this?
I think it's just because they're fun to come up with, and for a video like this, all you can really do is very like quick and or visual stuff. And so that usually comes down to color changes, Ace Productions, and Cardistry are kind of the main ones. And there's like a few other weird things in this video that like are separate from that. But yeah, for the most part, those are the three things. And I think casts have been doing Ace Productions for a long time just because they're very similar of an idea to most Cardistry. It's just like it's just a display move, but with like a little bit more, I guess, like meaning.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me just go back so we don't miss this from Jack. Oh man. So actually, I'll wait for after this because this one is insane.
That one's fun.
So that one move, me and a couple of friends were like trying to get a good take of that because it is so much harder than it looks to get.
Yeah, that took a long time to. And that's the thing with the video is like you really have no idea if what you're looking at is something that person can do every time or if they were there for hours trying to film it. And you'd be surprised at what stuff is easy and what stuff's hard.
Yeah, and I'm curious, in the lead up to this, did you and Jack just kind of come at it with like a repertoire of moves each and then you just kind of filmed it, or was there some collaboration in the lead up?
We jammed quite a few times leading up to this. We'd planned it, I think, pretty soon after Snap was released. Yeah, I think we just started chatting immediately after that because I was so enthralled by the video. And then I think he was like, oh, well, like if you have stuff, like we should do a video together next time. And then it all kind of just like happened and Noel was on board and then it all worked out. So yeah, a lot of the ideas in here are stuff that like one of us or the other had, and then we kind of jammed on it and like finished it off together in the weeks or months leading up to this.
Yeah. That's super cool. Okay.
Oh. I think what's something about this video that's kind of underrated is a lot of Jack's cardistry in this. People like focus a lot on the magic because that's the stuff that's the more kind of standout, obvious stuff. But like Jack has some really, really cool cardistry stuff in here.
Oh, heck yeah. And some of his, man, I was jamming with him in August, and some of his pops are just insane.
Yes.
That's really, he excels at that stuff, eh? Oh, this is it.
That's the one.
This is the move that I've been trying to learn for so long. So crazy. And I love this move because this is like a double take thing. You see it and you're like, oh yeah. And then you're like, wait a second, that shouldn't work. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm super glad that this trick made it in because I think Jack and I talked for a while about wanting to have like a full, like start to finish magic trick in a video. And it was an idea that he proposed. And I was, that's like really cool, but it would be hard to do in a video like this because usually a trick takes like at least a few minutes to like get through. And then I think he came up with this idea, and we like came up with the idea of like me catching the card because I think previously he would just like do it onto the table or whatever. It took a few extra tries to get one where I actually caught the card and wasn't like awkwardly like grabbing it. That one came together really well, and that's like super good, well performed and like super full and great.
Yeah. Okay. I love this part. Is this just like a random photos you found on the ground?
We were literally filming this move, and then Noel like bent down to pick up a card that I dropped and was like, oh, like what's this? And that's the shot you see in the video of him like picking it up off the ground is like him noticing it and holding it up to my face and being like, it's exact. But these are just like random people's photos we found. I think we were filming like behind this like church or something.
That's crazy. Okay, here we go. This is one of my favorite moves from this whole thing.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
That move almost made it into my previous video, Tycoon, which I did for anyone. I I had the opener and the closer figured out, and I knew kind of what I wanted the move to be, but I just couldn't quite link them together. And I was kind of rushing to try and get it finished while we were filming that video, but I couldn't quite get it. And then I think a few months after that, I finally connected the pieces. But I'm glad I waited and put it in this video instead, because it took a while to practice and get it smooth enough to have the effect that I think it has.
And this, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like it's quite similar, at least in how it feels as a move, to that one with the spread at the start. I don't know, can't remember what you called that one. Mohawk.
Yes.
Is that because they kind of had this kind of funky mechanic in the middle, and then a cut kind of built around the mechanic? At least it's how it feels.
Yeah.
Is that did you come up with, okay, I want there to be a spread, or I want there to be something out of a ripple shuffle that turns into a cascade, or did it just kind of happen naturally?
I think a little bit of both. Patrick Nonavis has done a few moves like that, and I think that's probably where my inspiration was, just of having a packet cut with a weird thing in the middle of it that you don't need to explain because it's just there. Yeah, I think that's super fun.
Yeah, I agree. I love those moves. Okay, this one, okay, you have to talk about this one. This one, every single magician I've shown this to is totally fried by this move.
This one was a comment.
I mean, you don't have to expose it, but
I mean, there's kind of only one way this can work. It is sleight of hand. There is no gimmick. If you look at it for a little bit and think about the fact that it is shot on a camera and you only have one angle, it's there's only kind of one way it can work. What's funny is that after this video came out, I saw a couple people post versions of it on Instagram, or I think Murphy's Magic posted one where it was the same move and then they'd use black art to hide the card, and I was like, okay, sure, since you can't do it for real, I guess you can use black art, that's fine. But that's a funny thing.
I'm glad I got some insight on that move, because that is one of the craziest things in this whole video.
This
and I remember you showing me this one in person.
This Yo change is interesting because I think 2 or 3 people have independently come up with a version slightly different. I think Noel had come up with a version of it a long time. I think I showed him the original idea way back in 2019 or something, and he had been playing with a similar thing, and then I can't remember who it was, but someone posted on Instagram a version of this change where they used the pinky to strip the card off and then had it land in the center, which was really smart as well. So yeah, this was one that I was not sure if I'll put it in because people have already done it, and but we just threw it in anyway because I felt like it.
Okay, I will show it again because it's so good.
Yeah, this snap change thing is sick. Jack has so many great snap change ideas. Even after the 2 videos we've done, he still has more great snap change stuff that he hasn't put out.
And this is one of those off guard things. It's is it cardistry? Is it magic? Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a thing. That one's really interesting because I show that to people in person sometimes, and it gets a kind of a sort of magical reaction, but also they kind of know what's happening, but they're oh, I didn't think it could look that good kind of thing. I have a lot of ideas like this in Magic, where I have a small idea that's really interesting, the card through hand, and there's kind of no good way to expand on it, at least that I could find. Maybe someone with more experience could come up with a full routine out of it, but taking that and turning it into a full routine or a full multiple phase thing is really tricky when you have such a weird mechanic or an idea like that. So most of them I just put them in videos like this, which is why these sleight of hand videos are so fun, because you can just throw in all the weird ideas that you have. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, that one is so awesome. And this one is
this one we got really lucky.
We
went and filmed that change while we were waiting for food at a restaurant, and we were at 2% battery left, and we were oh, let's just go outside and see if we can get a take, because we only had a few moves left to film, and we somehow managed to get this one within a few minutes, and then the battery died, and we were okay, that was successful.
Yeah, that one's a bonkers one, because you can see something move, but how is that moving? Yeah. Love it.
This change is so good. This is probably my favorite thing in the video.
Yep.
That one also
literally
is like
everything is so good.
super. I don't think it fully comes across in the video format, but that last move that Jack does is really, really, really convincing in person, and super consistent as well. So yeah, that's a really underrated one.
That's one where the frame rate doesn't help you out so much.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is one of the craziest ones.
This is one of the ones that Jack and I worked on and figured out together.
Oh, that's awesome.
He was showing me an idea with, I don't know what the normal version of this changes, where it just changes from one card to another as it passes through.
Yeah.
But he was showing me an idea where you could like rotate the card like this as it was going through, and it would still change. It looked really good. And we were playing around with maybe there was a way for it to like have a card on this side, have it go all the way through and change, and then you pull it out and it's changed into a third card. And we had a bunch of different ideas like that, and then I think we settled on this one as like the most complete, like kind of interesting version of it.
Such a good move. Yeah, I have to say I love how this video was shot. It's got a really great vibe.
Yeah, I think this is probably my favorite video that I've been involved in, just because of like the final result has such a great energy, and it's just so fun and like interesting to watch. And I feel like it really captured like how much fun we had on the trip. Like sometimes you make a video and you film it and you have a lot of fun, but it doesn't really show up in the final result. But this one, I feel like it really comes through.
Yeah. It's still one of my favorite videos for like sleight of hand / cardistry. I think it's one of the best videos I've seen that kind of shows how the gap is bridged between the two of them, which is really awesome.
Thank you.
So there you go. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Sam is just a pleasure to talk to as always, and you should totally check out all of his stuff at the links below. If you have any other topics that you would like to be discussed, leave them down in the comments, and stay tuned for the next episodes in this series, because there are some absolutely awesome people that are going to be coming on next. So subscribe for that, and I'll see you in the next video.